Hey everybody, this is Kabuto coming at you with another Transformers Go video review. This time I have Transformers Go G26 Optimus ExPrime. So, looking at the front of the box, there's a lot of stuff on here. So, looking at the box, you can see Optimus in his robot mode, then in his so-called dragon mode, and his train mode. And then looking at the side, we have, once again, you have him in his robot mode, his beast mode, which is sort of a dragon, then in his vehicle mode, which is it's a bullet train, and then right below that we have his technical data, and it shows he has strength of 10, intelligence of 8, speed of 10, endurance of 9, rank of 10, courage 10, fire blast 8, and his skill is 9, and some other stuff underneath here. And then on the back, there's just a whole bunch of stuff on here on the back. And we have him in the middle, and then it shows that he can combine with DaiKenzan and DaiGekisou to form either DaiKenzan or DaiGekisou. Then down here we have everything that comes in the box, or a picture of everything that comes in the box. His train, or him in his train mode, his two swords, and then both of his Kabutos. Then over here we have a little advertisement for the show. And then going to the, gosh, it gets kind of confusing flipping the box around. On this side of the box you have him again showing off his combined modes and then showing his mode in the middle. Then on the bottom of the box we have some warning, and on the top we have the Transformers Go logo with a Autobot symbol. So, alright, let me go ahead and get this guy open and we can check him out. Alright, so here's Optimus out of the box in his train mode. This is the mode that he comes in inside the box already. So I'm going to start from here because this is kind of the base mode for the instructions from going from here to the dragon and then to his robot mode. Then also inside the box he comes with his instructions. It's double-sided. On the front side it has his instructions on how to transform him to his different modes, and then on the back it has his combination modes. And also in the box he comes with not one but two Kabutos, or helmets, and then he comes with two swords. All the other Transformer Go figures that I have actually came with little art cards, and this guy did not come with that, unfortunately. But let me show off his train mode real quick. Let me set all this stuff off to the side. And it's a little simple train excuse me, it's a little simple train mode right here, and he does roll. Not all of his wheels are real wheels, only the front wheels are actually real spinning wheels, but you can see, showing on the underside, you can see a little bit of his legs and a little bit of fist right there. Doing a little 360 degrees of him. The front color's a little off right here, and it's nice prime colors with red, the white, blue, and then the cartoon light blue-esque kind of windows. Then unfortunately on the back right here he has nothing, so that kind of, if you're viewing him from the back, you can kind of see part of his knees, or what are his knees. And so for his Kabutos, you can actually add his Kabutos to his train mode. And to do that, you want to take this one right here, and you'll take this one right here, and we'll take his swords and tab them into there, and tab his other one into here. And then you're going to take, there's two little tabs right here. There's a tab right here, and then there are holes in this portion of this Kabuto, and you can take them and then just go like that, and then like that, and that'll attach those two together. And he can actually, in robot mode, he can actually hold this together as a large shield. But to attach this to the train, you're going to take underneath here, where is it? There's two little notches right here and right here, and those can notch into here. And then this will actually go into this little hole right here. And so, unfortunately, this part doesn't tab into the front up here. So, if the tabs come undone back here, it just flops back. He does have some sounds. I'm going to go ahead and take all this mess off, just so it doesn't accidentally fall off again. But if you go up underneath here, there's a little switch right here, and you can switch that on. And he will immediately start talking whenever you switch that on. And as you can see, these little clear bits right here, they light up whenever he speaks. And I think he has 5 phrases in this mode. So I'll go ahead and switch through them. Unlike Kenzan and DaiGekisou, it doesn't distinguish between vehicle and robot modes or any of the other modes. He does have a couple of phrases that he says, and then he has, I guess, is a train noise. Really weird, but I'll play them all for you real quick. And to play them, there's a little button right here, and you push that down. And that's what I assume is the train, but it also could be his dragon noises. And then these are the other sounds. Here's him saying his name. And I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I have no idea. Transform. And then back around to his train noise. So first up, I'm actually going to transform him into his dragon mode. You actually do need the Kabutos to actually pull this off, because the dragon head is one of the Kabutos, and then the tail or wings portion is another one of them. So to transform, first we're going to start back here, and you're going to need to split this portion apart right here. So let me aim this camera up just a little bit more. It's a little bit easier for me to hold it up. So take this portion and split it apart, and then you split that apart just a little bit, and then you can take and kind of grab here, and you can pull out. And when you pull out, you can see it's pushing this part out, and you can grab up underneath here and pull that back just a little bit, and then rotate it like this. Because the reason you need to pull it to the side is there's a little tab that tabs into right here. So you just pull that back, and then this will tab here. Then just do that with the other side. Alright, and so then with that done, you're going to take and untab these feet right here, and then flip. Let me turn that off so I can keep from accidentally pressing those buttons, because that was the startup of his combination music phrases thing. So rotate that around, and then rotate this one around, and you need to rejoin them back together, because it's almost impossible to get this portion around here without disconnecting them. So reconnect those back together, and there's just 3 tabs that connect that back together. And then you're going to take this portion right here, untab it from here, and then the will actually lock into here. So you untab that, and the will lock into here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there is a in-between notch, so I usually just go like that on there. Alright, so next we're going to come up here to the front and grab this portion, flip it back, and you can actually see Optimus Prime's head right here. Then we're going to take this and untab this, and then at this door right here, it swings up. So swing that up, and then rotate this around like this. Alright, so we're going to take this portion and rotate it down like that, and rotate this around, and then you're going to take this clear portion and flip it around, and that creates what are the claws. And take it and just go back like that, and then rotate it like that. So we'll do that for this side, and rotate it out like that, and spin it around, flip out the claws, push it back, spin it forward so that the claws are up at the top. Alright, so with the claws out like this, we're going to take and lower these doors back down. And then with the doors lowered down, then we can clamp these in like this. So you're just going to lower the doors as far down as you can, and then these little tabs will go into a little hole right in here. And that'll actually be flipped back too. So you can see that go in there like that. Alright, and so with that done, then it's time to start bringing in the Kabutos. So we're going to bring in this big mess right here and pull it apart. And this portion right here is actually going to tab into these two tabs right there. So that's tabbed in like that. And then this portion right here, we're going to rotate this out, rotate that out, and then rotate that piece back like that. Then with that like that, you're going to kind of spread these a little bit, and it'll go underneath there. And then you're going to take this little notch that's right here, and you're going to peg it into here. And that's kind of the only way that goes in, and it's a little strange because then it pushes this up, but it's okay. Alright, so there is the dragon mode, which, I don't know, I think this is pretty lacking. I think they just kind of threw some stuff together and were like, let's see what kind of extra mode we can make, and this is what they came up with. So nice try, I'll give you that. But let's take all this stuff back apart. I'll put him back in his train mode, and then we'll transform him into his robot mode. Alright, so here we are back in the train mode. So now it's time for his robot mode. And we're going to basically do the same thing as the dragon mode. We're going to go and split this apart right here, and then take and push that out, and hopefully grab underneath there. Yeah, there we go. Rotate that out, clip it down. Do the same thing with this side. Got to push it out just enough so that you can get up underneath here. There we go. And then lock that into place, and then take and rotate around the legs. Alright, so this time we'll take and flip the feet out and clamps this back down again. Right, and then coming over here, we're going to take and pop this apart right here and rotate under, and then that'll clip there and that'll clip in there. And there we have a train with legs now. So next what we want to do is come over here and flip this panel back, and then pop this apart, flip that out like that, and then rotate that down like that, and then rotate back these little panels, and they will actually clip onto the side of the arms. Do that with this side also, and that'll clip onto the side of the arm. If I can get it to clip, there we go. Alright, so that clipped, and then you take this panel, push it down. It says that it clips, but actually I found out that it doesn't clip. Well, it actually clipped pretty well that time. I'll just leave it. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. So take this panel, flip it down, lock it into place, lift up the head, and there you have Optimus ExPrime. Have no idea why they named him ExPrime. Maybe somebody can comment about that and let me know. Giving him a quick 360 degrees. You can see that there's a lot of kibbles As you can see, there's a lot of kibble hanging off the side of him. These little portions right here, and then he has a pretty big backpack back here. I'm not gonna lie, it makes him pretty back heavy, but he has some extra wide, but he does have some extra long heels that keeps him pretty sturdy. Thank you for that, I guess. And then with the Kabutos, you can take them, and we'll remove the swords real quick, and you can actually attach them to the back here. You just pop that up, and then there's two little notches right here and two little holes, or two pegs and two holes, and you can attach either one of them. If you have this one, then you can attach the swords, and then you have storage for the swords. And then you can also do the same with this. You can take, I forgot which way, the holes right here, and then just go like that, and then you can store that one on his back. Or you can take and have him hold either one of them as a shield, or you can actually combine them together how I showed you earlier with the tabs, like that. And you kind of have to have his hand angled out kind of like that, because the tab that he holds is actually at an angle. So, hey, don't look down, look straight. So like that, and then you can take the swords, and you can put them step back prime. Getting all up in my space. Take these swords, you can have him hold them like that, one at a time, or you can have him barely holding it like that, and take the other one. Gotta make sure that there's enough room. And he can have a double-bladed weapon. So that's really Optimus ExPrime in a nutshell right there. Lots of kibble, lots of kibble. I think in this mode he kind of looks okay. I wish he didn't have the big things hanging off on his shoulders or off the side of his arms. I don't really mind the backpack so much because you can't really see it in this mode. But really, when it comes down to it, I'm not going to have him in this mode. He's not going to be displayed in this mode. He's going to be displayed in one of his combined modes. Alright, so with all of Optimus ExPrime's weapons taken off, let's take a look at his articulation. Alright, starting in the head. His head's not on a ball joint, it's on a pin. But you can turn it left and right, and then just because of the transformation you can fold it down. His shoulders are on a joint, then he has a joint in here, then he has a pin joint right here for this part of the shoulder, then he has a cut right here at the right above the elbow, then a slightly ratcheting elbow joint, and then nothing down here. Alright, now coming down the waist, there's no waist swivel or anything like that. He does have two joints for his hips so that you can move his legs forward and back, and that's on a very loud ratcheting joint, and then out to the side. And you can get him out pretty far. Then his knee is on a ratcheting joint right in here, and you can go all the way up because it's not really hindered by anything right here, as you've seen in transformation. Then right above the knee joint there's another swivel, so you can turn the bottom of the foot, or just above the knee, or the portion below the knee, you can turn that. And then his feet are on a joint, so you can point them up and down. Alright, so now let's show off his combined modes. First we're going to do DaiKenzan. For that you're going to need Kenzen in his top portion mode, where he becomes the upper portion and the arms, and then you're going to need Geke in the bottom portion, which he'll end up being the legs. And I'm not going to show those transformations because I already have videos for the combined modes, and I will provide links on the video and in the description, so if you want to check that out, please do. It'll be there for your viewing pleasure. The first thing we need to do is get Optimus ExPrime into his, what I like to call, core mode. And to do that, we're going to start from robot mode. So first thing we're going to do is push down the head, flip up this, flip this up, and we're going to come back here to the back and rotate all this out and reconnect that. And then we're going to come over here. Actually, these panels were supposed to be down, but I forgot to flip them back up. So normally in transformation, these are going to be down. You flip those up, flip both of those up, flip his feet up. Then we're going to take, give him the splits, fold these pieces up like that. Then next we're going to come to where his arms are and just fold, or just turn these straight like that. And then take and disconnect from in between this gray and this red piece right here. And make sure we don't accidentally press the button. Just like that. And that's him. Actually flip that under. And that's him in his core mode. I'm going to set that off to the side. Alright, so we're going to bring in Geki. And the only deviation from this and his regular core mode is that, or his regular leg mode, is that where his arms are actually pointed up instead of down. So let me adjust this camera just a little bit. And we'll take this section right here. You can see there's the connector right here, and you're going to connect it onto there. Alright, so, and this thing likes to fall down a lot. Don't worry about it. Once you have Kenzan up there, it'll stay. So we'll take Kenzan in his upper portion mode, and then you're going to tap him on this part onto there. Yeah, okay, you can see that. But first of all, I didn't show it. There's a little hole right here, and you're going to need to slide that into that hole. So you slide that in, and then push him down to connect the connectors and stuff. Let me bring up the camera just a little bit. And so then next, what we're going to do is take these little panels right here, and they're going to snap into these holes. There's a peg right there. Snaps in the hole on Kenzan. And then this portion right here is going to come over these little tabs on Kenzan on the top of where his battery pack is. Just kind of go like that, and it'll snap in place. There it goes. Alright, so with all that in place, then you want to get the Kabutos out and detach them if you haven't already done so. And we're going to need this one right here. So fold these fins out, flip the head, and then flip this portion up. We're just going to take this portion right here, and we're going to, let me fold those up because it's easier just to get those out of the way. So you take that, put it over his head. You're going to make sure that these are on either side of this portion of Kenzan's head. And it won't really snap in, it just snaps in down here. Alright, so that's there. Before I snap that in, I want to start his combination sequence. So to do that, you're just going to take the button and you're going to hold it down. You notice that he has different music, and then you just snap that in. Okay. So he says his name, and then if you do the combination sound effects, then he gets that siren at the end. And if you don't do that, then you can take and pop this out again. It sticks in there pretty good. So take that and then just push it in there and see if you don't do the combination sound effects. And then you just get the DaiKenzan thing without the siren at the end. See, and then you just get that like that. Alright, so he has a couple phrases that he says. I think it's 3 different phrases that he says. To do that, you just want to press the button again and just press it once. Yeah, it's like 3 different phrases. And so to do his super attack, you just want to take and hold down the button. And there's a super attack. And then you can take this portion right here, and you can make it into a shield. You just take and tab that into his hand. And I notice that it's off frame right now. I'll just scan down so that you can see what it looks like in his hand. And then the weapons, you can either tab into his hands, or you can tab them up here. Dang it, this one's hard to get in sometimes past that fist. There it goes. Alright, so like that, and it makes it look like he's doing, I don't know, like some kind of dash attack or something. That's what I would assume is kind of going on whenever he has the weapons up there. The wiki that I looked at actually says that he holds those weapons singly, and he doesn't combine them like you do with DaiGekisou. So, alright, I'm going to turn him back into robot mode, and then we'll show DaiGekisou. Alright, and so now we have Optimus back in his robot mode. And so now we're going to go ahead and show off how to transform him to create the core portion of DaiGekisou. For that, you're going to need Geke in his top portion, which then he'll be the arms. And then you're going to need Kenzan in his bottom portion, which he'll be the feet. Alright, so now let's go ahead and show how you're going to transform Optimus into his core mode. Alright, so first of all, again, we're going to start with lowering the head, flipping this up, and flipping this up. I'm going to take, again, and rotate these legs back. And tab them into the back like that. Then we're going to take the arms, flip those around, flip out the claws. Do that for this side also. Flip out the claws. And then we're going to take and flip all this up. And then we're going to take these. It says to do it later, but if you take these and peg them into here, then you have a problem reaching these. So I just go ahead and do this now. I do it a step early because it's easier for me to get my fingers in there. And then what we're going to do is take the legs, and there's a little tab right here, and that's going to tab into this little notch right here, right next to the sound box, or right next to the speaker. There we go. Alright, so that's tabbed into there. Point that toe down. And if you don't have these already opened, whenever you have them in his Optimus mode, then you're going to need to open these. So his arms are getting in the way. Take that, that like that. Take and then rotate these like so, and there you have his core mode. And this is going to stay up because you're not going to flip it under, so just leave that up like that. And so I'm going to bring in Kenzan, and I already have him in his feet mode. And I actually changed around the way that I transform his legs, because I don't like all this stuff on the side. I like it in the back because it looks hidden, it looks more uniformed. Then instead of, I think whenever you have it on the side, it creates some kind of optical illusion where it makes him look like he has chicken legs. It makes him look like his legs are really thin because the bottom portions are real fat, and then it makes it just look really, really, really bad. I mistransformed him a little bit. The only problem with this is that you kind of have to fiddle with it whenever you have everything stacked on top, because it can make it very back heavy. And the unfortunate thing about this style, having it transformed like this, is that there's no heels. There's very little heel, and that that actually doesn't support very well. So, but you know, that visual aesthetic of this is more pleasing to me than having it transformed the correct way. So I do it this way and then fiddle with it and get him balanced. And he seems to stand up pretty well that way. And take this, I'm going to take this clip it into here, and these two tabs. Oops, sorry. You can see that you're going to take these two clips, or this clip right here, clip it into here, on this portion right here. And then you're going to take these two pegs and peg it into these two holes right here. Alright, so, and then flip that down. Alright, let me rotate this up. And then we're going to take Kenzan. And so he's already in his top portion mode. Just spread out his arms just a little bit, just to get around these portions right here. Right, I'm going to go ahead and take these and rotate these up. Actually, it's supposed to be like that. Alright, so with everything like that, I'm going to take, this is a frame, you're going to take this and tab it onto here. Flip this around. Alright, so now you can kind of move around the arms to kind of how you want them. Alright, good. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to take the claws and rotate them down so that they kind of rest on his shoulders, kind of like that. It says that it actually, this little notch will click into here, but I haven't been able to make it do it, so I just get it on there the best that I can, and then just kind of leave it. I think it looks okay like that, and since it doesn't really click in anyways, we want the Kabuto, and the Kabuto kind of helps to keep some of this mess back here in order. So what you do is take the Kabuto, you're going to want this one right here, the dragon one, and you flip down, move this guy back a little bit, you flip down the main pieces like that, and then you're going to make sure that this is pointing out like that, and that portion is going to tab into this hole that's in the back right here in the red. So you take that and you're going to make sure that this is hanging over the back of Geke. So that little tab is hanging over the back of Geke. Then you got, push that in like that. You're going to line up everything. And then I find that it's kind of easy to tab this paw in first, because that doesn't trigger the sound. There you go. Alright, so that side tabbed in. It's actually this side that activates the sound for Go Geke, because the tab is longer on this side, so it actually pushes the button. It's shorter on this side, so it doesn't push the button. And it's the opposite way on Go Kenzan. It's this side that activates, because this side's tab is longer than this side's. So with all that like that, pull that down a little bit, and then you push this down right here and it covers up his face. And then we want to activate the combination sound effects. Alright, and then we're going to plug in this paw. And see, then he has a roar at the end of that whenever you do the full combination sound effects stuff. But if you just want to make the regular, if you just want to make him doing his combination without the roar, then you just tab it in. See, and then he doesn't do the roar if you do it that way. Alright, so he has a couple phrases that he says. I think this one only has... I think this one is the one that has 4. So take and reach underneath there and push the button. Yeah, so he has 4 phrases, and then to do his super attack, you just hold down the button. Alright, and to add his accessories, or to add the shield, just take it, and then this portion right here will tab into his hand. And then just lift it up like that. And then you want to take the swords, and you want to take them and attach them like so. And then put them in his hand, and then it makes like a scissors type, somebody said chakra kind of weapon. And so there he is with his shield and his weapons. Thinking about putting batteries in all 3, because right now I only have batteries in the Optimus. I'm thinking about putting batteries in all 3 of them and lighting them up and showing what it looks like. Maybe I'll take some pictures and put those on Twitter. I do have the black versions of DaiKenzan and DaiGekisou, and I'll be posting pictures up on Twitter. I was going to put them on the video, but this is running a little long. But be sure that you're following me on Twitter, because that's the best place to find information about my reviews and my monthly giveaways. I just recently tweeted a sneak peek of what's actually going to be showing up in next month's giveaway. So go check that out and make sure that you're following me. This has been Tambiota, and I will see you next time.